ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारद उवाच देव नमस्तेऽस्तु भूतभावनपूर्वज तद्विजानीहि यज्ञानम् आत्मतत्त्वनिदर्शनम्।
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sri Narada Muni asked Brahmaji, O chief, amongst the demigods, O firstborn living entity, I beg to offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Please tell me that the transcendental knowledge which specifically directs one to the truth of the individual soul and the supersoul.
यद्रूपं यदधिष्ठानं यथा शुष्टम् इदं प्रभो यत् संस्थां यत् परं यच्च तत्तत्त्वं वद तत्त्वतः।
My dear father, please describe factually the symptoms of the manifest world. What is its background? How is it created? How is it conserved? And under whose control is all this being done?
सर्वं ह्येतद् भवान् वेद भूतभव्यभवत् प्रभुः करामलकवद् विश्वं विज्ञानावसितं तव।
My dear father, all this is known to you scientifically because whatever was created in the past, whatever will be created in the future, or whatever is being created in the present, as well as everything within the universe, is within your grip, just like a walnut.
यद्विज्ञानो यदाधारो यत्परस्त्वं यदात्मकः एकसृज्जासि भूतानि भूतेरेवात्ममायया।
Mataji, could you please scroll a bit up? Oh, thank you. My dear father, what is the source of your knowledge? Under whose protection are you standing? And under whom are you working? What is your real position? Do you alone create all the entities with material elements by your personal energy?
आत्मन् भावयसे तानि न परा भावयन् स्वयम् आत्मशक्तिम् अवस्तभ्य ऊर्णनाभिरिवाक्लमः।
My dear father, what is the source of your knowledge? Under whose protection are you standing? Under whom are you working? Sorry. As the spider very easily creates the network of the cobweb and manifests its power of creation without being defeated by others, so also you yourself, by employment of your self-sufficient energy, create without others' help.
नाहं वेद परं ह्यस्मिन् न परं न समं विभो नामरूपगुणे काव्यं ततसत् किञ्चिदन्यतः।
Whatever we can understand by the nomenclature, characteristics, and features of a particular thing, superior, inferior, or equal, eternal or temporary, is not created from any source other than your lordship, thou so great.
स भवान् अचरत् घोरं यत्तप सुसमाहितः तेन खेदयसे नस्त्वं पराशङ्कां च यच्छसि।
Yet we are moved to wonder about the existence of someone more powerful than you when we think of your great austerities in perfect discipline, although your good self is so powerful in the matter of creation.
एतन्मे पृच्छतः सर्वं सर्वज्ञ सकलेश्वर विजानीहि यथैवेदम् अहं बुद्ध्येऽनुशासितः।
My dear father, you know everything, and you are the controller of all. Therefore, may all that I have inquired from you be kindly instructed to me, so that I may be able to understand it as your student.
Brahmovacha samyak karunikasyetam vatsate vichikitsitam yadaham chodita somya bhagavad viryadarshana.
Lord Brahma said, My dear boy, Narada, be merciful to all, including me. You have asked all these questions because I have inspired to see in the prowess of the Almighty Personality of Godhead.
Nanutam tava tachapi yatha mam prabravishibo avigyaya paramatta etavatvam yato himam.
Whatever you have spoken about me is not false, because unless and until one is aware of the personality of Godhead, who is the ultimate truth beyond me, and one is sure to be illusioned by observing my powerful activities.
Yena swaruchisha vishvam rochitam rochayamyaham yatharko gni yatha somo yatharksha grahatarakaha.
I create of the Lord's creation by his personal effulgence, known as the Brahma Jyoti. Just as when the sun manifests its fire, the moon, the firmament, the influential planets, and the twinkling stars also manifest their brightness.
Tasmai namo bhagavate vasudevaya dhimahi yanmayaya durjayaya mam vadanti jagadgurum.
I offer my obeisances and meditate upon Lord Krishna Vasudeva, the personality of Godhead, whose invincible potency influences them, the less intelligent class of men, to call me a supreme controller.
Vilajjamanaya yasya sthatumikshapathe muya vimohita vikattante mamaham iti durdhiyaha.
The illusory energy of the Lord cannot take precedence, being ashamed of their position, but those who are bewildered by her always talk nonsense, being absorbed in thoughts of it is I and it is mine.
Dravyam karma cha kalascha svabhavo jiva eva cha vasudevat paro brahman na chanyotho stivtattvataha.
The five elementary ingredients of creation, the interaction thereof, set up by eternal time and intuition, or nature, of the individual living beings, are all differentiated parts and parcels of the personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, and in truth there is no other value in them.
Narayana Paraveda Deva Narayanan Gajaha Narayana Paraloka Narayana Paramakhaha.
The Vedic literatures are made by and are meant for the Supreme Lord. The demigods are also meant for everything. The Lord are parts of his body. The different planets are also meant for the sake of the Lord, and different sacrifices are performed just to please him.
Narayana Paro Yogo Narayana Param Tapaha Narayana Param Jnanam Narayana Paragatihi.
All different types of meditation or mysticism are all means for realizing Narayana. All austerities are aimed at achieving Narayana. Culture of transcendental knowledge is getting a glimpse of Narayana, and ultimately salvation is entering the kingdom of Narayana.
Tasyapi drashturishasya Kutasthasya khilatmanaha Shrutyam Shrishtoham Ikshayevabhichoditaha.
Inspired by him only, I discover what is created by him, Narayana, under his vision as the all-pervading Supersoul, and that I am also created by him only.
Sattvam Rajastamaiti Nirgunasya Gunastrayaha स्थितिसर्गनिरोधेषु गृहीता मायया विभोः.
The Supreme Lord is pure. Spiritual form transcendent to all material qualities, yet for the sake of creation of the material world, its maintenance and annihilation, he accepts through his external energy the material modes of nature for goodness, passion, and ignorance.
कार्याकारणकर्तृत्वे द्रव्यज्ञानक्रियाश्रयाः बध्नन्ति नित्यदा मुक्तं मायिनं पुरुषं गुणाः.
The three modes of material nature, being further manifested as matter, knowledge, and activities, put the eternally transcendental living entity under conditions of cause and effect and make him responsible for each activities.
स एष भगवल्लिङ्गे त्रिभिरेतेरथोक्षजः स्वलक्षितगतिर्ब्रह्मन् सर्वेषां मम चेश्वरः.
O Brahmana Narada, the superseer, the transcendent Lord is beyond the perception of the material senses of the living entity because of what above mentioned, three modes of nature, but he is the controller of everyone, including me.
Thank you, everyone, for giving me this opportunity. Please forgive me for all my mistakes. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you for letting me participate.
Hare Krishna to both of you. Very nice recitations. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. And it was very beautiful recitations by Purvashan Mataji and Kumudini Mataji. Thank you so much. So we shall move into Srimad Bhagavatam.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so I shall share my screen. Okay, before we do that, we shall do some Mangalacharana prayers and Srimad Bhagavatam prayers. Oh. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांशं श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांशम्। हे कृष्ण करुण सिंधु दीनबंधु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकाकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमो ओं विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिविकास स्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaimudiraya. Shrunutam Swakataha Krishnaha Punyashravana हृद्यन्तस्तो ह्य भद्राणि विदुनोति सुहृत्सतां नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती भक्तिर्नश्चिकी उत्तम एते चान्यकलाः पुंसः कृष्णस्तु भगवान् स्वयम् इन्द्रारिव्याकुलं लोकं मृडयन्ति युगे युगे इदं भागवतं नाम पुराणं ब्रह्मसंहितम् उत्तमश्लोकचरितं चकार भगवान् ऋषिः निःश्रेयसाय लोकस्धन्यं स्वस्तये नमः कृष्णे सुदामोपगते धर्मज्ञानादिभिः सह खलु न सृषामेषा पुराणार्कोऽधिनोदितः कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिनि नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्ग्रये अत विश्वेश विश्वात्मन् विश्वमूर्ते स्वकेषु मे स्नेहपाशमिमं चिन्निधं पाण्डुषु विष्णुषु त्वयि मेनन्यविषया मतिर्मदपते सत्कृत् प्रतिमुद्वाह तदद्ध गङ्ग्यवभूदन्वती श्रीकृष्ण कृष्ण सखा विष्णु वृषभावनिधृग्राजन्यवंशदहनानपवर्गवीर्य गोविन्द गोद्विजसुराट्यहरावतार योगेश्वर किल गुरो भगवन्नमस्ते योगेश्वर किल गुरो भगवन्नमस्ते योगेश्वर किल गुरो भगवन्नमस्ते तुलयामलवेनापि न स्वर्गं न पुनर्भवं भगवत्सङ्गीसङ्गस्य मर्त्येनां किमुत शशहं पुनश्च भूयात् भगवत्यनन्ते रतिः प्रसङ्गाश तदाश्रयेषु महस्तुयां यमुपयां सृष्टिं मैत्रस्य सर्वत्र नमोद्विजेभ्यः ॐ नमो भगवते राधा गोविन्दाय नमः हरे कृष्ण Hare Krishna, all the devotees. So thank you so much for kindly giving your association to me. And it is very auspicious whenever the devotees come together. It is a moment of devotees association. Is not even equal to liberation or heavenly comforts, what to speak of the earthly material comforts, which are meant only for people to die. That is the devotees' moment of association. So now we shall quickly move into Srimad Bhagavatam. So we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, second canto, chapter 5. It is causes for creation. So this is, we are in the second canto, 5th chapter, verse number 7, where Narada Muni is asking number of questions to Brahmadeva, his father, Brahma, Lord Brahma. So here, just to recap, so in the previous verses, whenever Brahma has been performing the tapasya, and then Narada approached Brahma, and then he was surprised. So far, Narada Muni was thinking that there is no greater than Brahma so far. Of course, Narada Muni is a one of the incarnation of Krishna. And here he is approaching Brahma and asking some questions. So, Naham Veda Param Hyasmin na Aparam na Samam Vibho Nama Rupa Gunir Sad Asad Kinchid Anyataha. So he was, whenever Naham Veda Param Hyasmin na Aparam na Samam Vibho. So he is thinking there is no one equal to you, O Brahma. And but he was asking in the previous verse, because you are doing all these things. So he was a bit surprised. Whatever we can understand by the nomenclature, characteristics, and features of a particular thing, superior, inferior, or equal, eternal, or temporary, is not created from any source other than that of your Lordship. Thou so great, so you are the greater. So now you have been doing tapasya. So that is Narad Muni is inquiring. So we are a bit surprised, and you are also doing tapasya to please someone else. So likewise, Narada Muni is inquiring from Brahma. So we shall recite the verse. Sabhavan acharad ghoram yattapah susamahitaham ten kedasya senastvam parashankam cha yachasi. So Narada Muni is saying, Sabhavan acharad ghoram. O dear Brahma, O my dear father, so Sabhavan, yourself, Acharat Ghoram, you undertook severe penances. Acharat Ghoram, Yat Tapaha Susamahitaha. So in a perfect Susamahitaha, you perfectly situated in perfect discipline and you meditated on someone. So Tena Kedasya Nastvam, Tena Kedayase. So, but for ourselves, for that reason, Kedasya Nastvam, it is giving little bit of pain to us because you are also doing tapasya to please someone else. So here, Narada Muni was a bit perturbed. Kedasya Nastvam. Naha is ourself, Tvam. So your good self, you engaged in tapasya to please someone else. Parashankam cha yachasi, and which is giving the chance to the number of doubts. And I think you are doing parashankam, so beyond yourself. Parashankam, there is ultimate truth beyond you. So it is giving so many chances to raise doubts within our heart. Likewise, Narada Muni is putting his all doubts in front of Brahma. Na bhava sabhavan acharad ghoram yastapaha susamahitaha tena kedasya senastvam parashankam cha yachasi. So translation for this verse. Yet we are moved to wonder about the existence of someone more powerful than you when we think of your great austerities in perfect discipline. Although your good self is so powerful in the matter of creation. And purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Following in the footsteps of Sri Narada Muni, one should not blindly accept his spiritual master as God himself. A spiritual master is duly respected on a par with God, but a spiritual master claiming to be God himself should at once be rejected. Narada Muni accepted Brahma as the supreme due to Lord Brahma's wonderful acts in creation. But doubts arose in him when he saw that Lord Brahma also worshipped someone superior to authority. The supreme is supreme, and he has no worshipable superior. The Ahangrahopasita, or the one who worships himself with the idea of becoming God himself, is misleading. But the intelligent disciple can at once detect that the Supreme God does not need to worship anyone, including himself, in order to become God. Ahangrahopasana may be one of the processes for transcendental realization, but that Ahangrahopasana can never be God himself. No one becomes God by undergoing a process of transcendental realization. Narada Muni thought of Brahmaji as the supreme person, but when he saw Brahmaji engaged in the process of transcendental realization, doubts arose in him. So he wanted to be clearly informed. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So here Narada Muni, whatever the questions and the doubts he has got in his mind, now he is now submissively putting in front of Lord Brahma. So here, before his putting these questions, first of all, he is pleasing. So as soon as he came to Brahma, he says, Deva Deva Namaste Astu Bhota Bhavana Purvaja. O Deva Deva Namaste Astu Bhota Bhavana Purvaja. Tad Vijanehi Yajnanam Atma Tattvam Nidarshanam. In the beginning, so Narada Muni, he offered his obeisances and he wanted to understand Atma Tattva Nidarshanam and Yajnanam Atma Tattva Nidarshanam. He wanted to know Tad Bijani. He wanted to know all the knowledge of the Atma Tattva. And then he is putting all his questions, asking, putting Brahma in the as the superior position. Later on, why he is acting by performing tapasya to please someone else, likewise putting all these questions. So before we ask any questions to the acharyas or gurus or anyone, so first of all we need to submit our humble request in a humble manner. So like, please accept my humble obeisances. Likewise, it is a etiquette of Vaishnava as we follow in ISKCON. So here, one should not blindly accept his spiritual master as God himself. So this one, a spiritual master is duly respected on par with God, but spiritual master claiming to be God himself should at once be rejected. So this one also we come in the Prabhupada's pastimes. Sometimes Prabhupada says to the disciples before the initiation. So one should not, this is the same statement, one should not blindly accept his spiritual master as God himself. A spiritual master is duly respected on a par with God. So this statement Prabhupada mentioned to his disciples. Later on, he also mentioned to disciples. So from today, you have to treat the spiritual master as good as God. Then immediately asked that Prabhupada. So you said that one should reject the spiritual master if he is claiming that he is God himself. Then Prabhupada explained this statement. A spiritual master is duly respected on a par with God, but spiritual master claiming to be God himself should at once be rejected. Otherwise, it fall into the other Mayavada Tattva. So this is, it is explained within the Chaitanya Charitamrita by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu when he met the Mayavada sannyasis. He explained all these things. So just it goes like this: Mayavadam Avaidikam. This is Mayavadam Avaidikam. It is not as per the. So this is Shankaracharya's philosophy. So this is Lord Shankara is speaking to Mother Parvati. These few verses from the. This is from the Padma Purana. This is confirmed in the Padma Purana. So what it is? Mayavadam Asasastram Prachannam Bauddhamuchyate Maiva Kalipitam Devi Kalu Brahmana Rupina Brahmanastha Brahmanascha Aparam Rupam Nirgunam Vakshase Maya Sarvaswam Jagatu Apyasya Mohanardham Kalau Yuge Vedante tu Mahashastre Mayavadam Avaidikam Maiva Vakshite Devi Jagatab Nashakarana. I have spread this Mayavada philosophy on the planet in the form of a Brahmana. Kalu Brahmana Rupina. Maiva Vakshite Devi. Lord Shankara is saying to Mother Parvati. I only told this Mayavadam. For what? Jagatam Nashakaranat. Jagatam Nashakaranat. See, this is very bewildering sometimes. This is a Mayavadi philosophy. To reject Nashakaranat means to destroy. So why Lord Shankara is bringing that one for the Nashakaranat? So here, this is explained here by Krishna only gave that instruction to Lord Shankara. What is that instruction? Dwaparadu yuge bhutva kalaya manushadishu swagamaihi kalpitaihi tvamcha janan mad vimukan kuru. In the Kali Yuga, mislead the people in general by propounding imaginary meanings for the Vedas to bewilder them. These are the descriptions of the Pura. So this is to bewilder them. At that time, there were so many Brahmanas who are that posing themselves as a scholarly and following all the Vedic rituals. They are also called with some smart Brahmana, something like as a process. So in order to bewilder them in the Kalaya, in the Kali Yuga, Kalaya Manshadishu, so that this Mayavada philosophy was spread. In that philosophy, Lord Shankara is saying, Paratma Jivayor Aikyam Maya Atra Pratipadhyate. That is the super soul and the living individual soul. Paratma Jivayoho Aikyam Maya Atra Pratipadhyate. There is only one element. Paramatma and Jivatma. That is the only one entity. Maya Atra Pratipadhyate. I have explained this one in the Mayavada philosophy. So likewise, Lord Shankara was saying to Mother Parvati. So that one, whoever hears Mayavada philosophy, so what is happening? Shrunudevi pravakshami tamasani yatakramam. Yesham sravana patityam jnanamapi. If anyone who hears this Mayavada philosophy, what happens to them? Yesham shravana just by hearing that one. Patityam jnanamapi, even the fully scholar and situated in the transcendental position. Patityam jnanamapi, he will fall down. That is that kind of powerful Mayavada philosophy. Apadam sritivakyānam darshaya loka garhitam karma surupa chadhyatvam atraja pratipadhyate. So there he gave apadam sritivakyānam. So Lord Shankara is saying that I gave the misleading descriptions of the Vedas. Darshya loka garhitam, everyone will condemn that kind of explanations. Darshya loka garhitam, karma surupa chadhyatvam atracha pratipadhyate. I told them that renounce all your activities. Karma swarupa chadhyatvam. So likewise, I have explained there. Sarva karma paribramshan naishkarmyam tatra chotyate. Paratma jivanyor aikyam mayatra pratipadhyate. So this is Lord Shankara is saying. This is called Mayavada philosophy. So whenever now we understand what is Mayavad philosophy, it is Paratma Jiva Atma Aikyam. It is only one thing that Mayavadas, they always think that. So now when it comes to this particular verse, Aham Grahopasita, Prabhupada is bringing that word Aham Grahopasita, one who worships himself with the idea of becoming God himself is misleading. So this is whenever people are not coming in the disciplic succession, so they will be misled. So people are Maya, the philosophers are having that kind of, that is also one of the self-realizations. But so Krishna, when he was before he took a birth, he was God, and when he was in the womb, he was God. All the demigods and everyone came and offering their prayers. At the time, that position is still remained as supreme person. When he was 10 days old in the lap of Mother Yashoda, he is the supreme personality of Godhead, was able to kill Putana with his just bare hands. So that is God. And 3 months still God. He doesn't have to be God by himself by meditating on someone else. He is always God. He doesn't have to meditate on even himself, including himself, in order to become God. That is the supreme personality of Godhead. So here, Prabhupada is explaining that no one becomes God by undergoing a process of transcendental realization. One is always Bhritya. He is always Bhritya. In the Vaikuntha, all people are they're serving the Lord. They're all serving the Lord. So Vasantyatra Purushaha Sarve Vaikunta Murtayaha Ye Animita Nimittena Dharmena Aradayan Harim. In the Vaikunta, everyone without the time and circumstance, always they worship Aradayan Harim. That is the property of the devotees in the Vaikunta. So why that is the process in the eternal eternal abode. So why, while we are going there, we need to get practice here in this material world. That is the opportunity in the human life. So now here Brahma is mentioning, so the similar kind of questions when Narada is asking the same kind of questions, Brahma also asked to the, after his tapasya, and after he has heard, he doesn't see anyone else except himself sitting on the lotus flower, and then he has heard two letters tha and pa, and then he meditated himself. Later on, Lord appeared in front of Brahma, and then Lord was pleased, and then Brahma started asking the questions to Supreme Personality of Godhead. Bhagavan Sarvabhutanam Adhyaksho Avasito Guham Vedahi Apruthidena Prajnanena Chikishitam. He also inquiring whatever Narada is asking these questions, exactly Brahma asked the same questions. So that is going to be replicated answers for the Narada's questions. Brahma is going to tell those answers to Narada Muni. So he was asking the same questions. How Varnanabihi? Yatoranabihi. Varnanabi is the spider. So he was mentioning like Tatapi Natamanasya Natanatayanachitam Paravare Yatarupe Janiyante Tvarupinaha. It is very beautifully, this Bhagavatam is giving so much of nectar whenever we are reciting these verses. It relishes without knowing to ourselves in the heart. It awakens so much of transcendental vibrations. So Brahma is asking all these questions to Narayana. Likewise, here Narada Muni is putting his questions by asking, Tena Kedesenastum Parashankam cha yachasi. Oh, dear Father, oh Brahma, we are now having doubts about your meditation. Parashankam cha yachasi, by your tapasya. Likewise, he is asking. So we shall move to the next verse. ये तन्मे पृच्छतः सर्वं सर्वज्ञ सकलेश्वरं विजानीहि तथैवेदम् अहं बुद्धि अनुशासितः ये तन्मे पृच्छतः सर्वं, and whatever I have asked all these things, ये तन्मे पृच्छतः सर्वं, all this पृच्छतः सर्वं, questioned by me, inquired by me, sarvam, all this is inquired, and etanmi, all this unto me, sarvajna sakaleshwara. Sarvajna, you know everything. O Sarvajna Sakaleshwara, O controller, you have created so many things. We don't know anyone else except you so far. Sarvajna Sakaleshwara, Vijanihi yata yetai vedam. Vijanihi, you kindly explain all these things. Yata, and as yata eva idam, and whatever you have been doing all these things, and to whom you are trying to please by your meditation. Vijanihi yata evedam. Aham buddhya anushashitaha. Aham buddhya. So I understand from yourself. I wanted to know all this. Anushashitaha. Whatever you say, I will follow you. Anushashitaha. Just learning from you. What if you say, I will very faithfully and Shraddhaya, I will hear all these things. Likewise, Brahma, Narada Muni is asking Brahma, Etanme pruchyataha sarvam sarvajna sakaleshwara vijanihi yadai vedam aham buddhi anushashitaha. So, my dear Father, you know everything and you are the controller of all. Therefore, may all that I have inquired from you be kindly instructed to me so that I may be able to understand it as your student. Anushashitaha, I will follow from you, follow your instructions. So this is the submission as a disciple, like Arjuna was Shadimam Prapannam. Likewise, Arjuna was surrendering himself to Krishna like a student. Tad Viddhi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya. So this is by serving. So now here Narada Muni is the son, as a son. and he inquiring from his father. Father is always his first spiritual master of a son. So, purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The inquiries made by Narad Muni are very important for everyone concerned, and as such, Narada requested Brahmaji to deem them suitable so that all others who may come in the line of disciplic succession of the Brahma Sampradaya may also know them properly without any difficulty. So this is very, very beautiful thing. Whenever disciple is putting questions in front of the spiritual master will be very happy, so that all the knowledge will be revealed. Always the gurus and acharyas, they're all liberal, generous. Anuratanam shishyanam putranam chid vijottama anaprushtamipi bruyuhu guravo denavachalaha. Guravo denavachalaha. They're always compassionate towards the living entities, dhena, who needed the compassion. And they will give all this knowledge to Anuratanam, Shishyanam, Putranam cha. So these are the followers, disciples, and the children. And Anaprushtamipi Bruyuhu, which is the confidential knowledge which cannot be revealed to everyone else. That kind of knowledge will be revealed to the disciples and followers and the children. Here Narada is the son of Brahma. So here Brahma he is going to be very pleased with this kind of questions Narada Muni is putting. So this is for to dig the knowledge out. Whenever we have got this knowledge, at every moment we connect the dovetail with all these things with linking to Krishna. So whenever this knowledge is being spread, it needs to be, there are 5 topics. What is the absolute truth? That is the pratigna. And the second one is the hetuhu, number of reasons. And udaharana, giving the examples. And upanayanam, bringing all the topics nearer to the pratigna, the main point. What is the absolute? The first point. What are the point I wanted to establish? So bringing all this topic and show the proof from the Vedic scriptures. Nigamanam. These are the 5 topics. Pratigna, Hetuhu, Udaharana, and Upanayanam, Nigamanam. These are the 5 topics that all the scholars and who are trying to understand the topics, they explain, they discuss on that level. Not just only one particular thing and then say the reason, but without showing the proof, it cannot stand. Even though it is true, it cannot stand. We have to put all these 5 topics. What are the, whenever we establish Krishna, aham sarvasya prabhavaha matta sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam bhava samanvitaha. So aham sarvasya prabhavaha, that is the statement. Everything comes from me. So now that is supreme is established. Matta param nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Again, there is no one is equal to me or greater than me. There is nothing beyond me. Again, there is another statement. So establishing these 2 statements, keeping Krishna as supreme personality of Godhead. Now we need to show the reasons, hetuhu, and examples, giving the examples from the historical events. Going back to the Mahabharata and all this Bhagavatam, all the Katha, we have to expand all these things. And Upanayanam, bringing all that Katha back to Krishna, linking everything to Krishna. And Nigamanam, from the scriptural evidences. And we have got Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Puranas, and so Vedas. So likewise, one would understand everything very clearly. So these are Narada Muni inquiries are very important for everyone concerned. As such, he requested Brahmaji. It is suitable for all others to hear and take the knowledge and propagate in the disciplic succession of Brahma Sampradaya. Okay, so that is this verse, and we shall move on to the next verse. So now he has put all these questions. Now Brahma is going to answer. He is going to speak to Narada Muni. So Brahma Uvacha Samyak Karnikasyeedam Vachate Vichikichitam Yadaham Choditaha Soumya Bhagad Virya Darshane. Brahma Uvacha, Brahma is saying Samyak Karnikasyeedam Karnikasya idam, and you have perfectly asked all these things. Oh Vatsa, my dear boy, Samyak Karnikasyedam Vachate Vichikichitam. All your inquisitiveness, Vachate Vichikichitam. Karnikasya, and it is very kind of you because you are asking this kind of questions. You are very kind. Idam, all these questions. Samyak Karnikasya idam Vachate Vichikichitam. My dear boy, you asked very good questions and you are compassionate. Why? Yadaham choditaha soumya bhagat virya dharshane. Because you asked those questions and it is very kind. Because yadaham choditaha soumya, because of that, yadaham choditaha, I am becoming inspired now to explain all these things. Krishna Katha, Hari Katha. Yadaham choditaha soumya bhagavad virya darshane. Now I'm going to see all Krishna's pastimes when I'm explaining to you. Bhagwan shabda gocharaha. Bhagwan can be known by the shabda. And then here, yadaham, by which myself, choditaha soumya, and inspired, O gentle Narada Muni, O Vatsa, O my dear boy, O gentle boy, and Bhagat Virya Dharshane, in the matter of Krishna's Virya Dharshane, his all of his pastimes, his prowess, everything will be revealed. Now I'm going to explain. I'm very much pleased with your questions. You are so kind. So likewise, Brahma is very happy now. Samyak Karnikasyedam Vachate Vichikichitam Yadaham Choditaha Soumya Bhagad Virya Dharshane. Lord Brahma said, my dear boy Narada, being merciful to all, including me, you have asked all these questions because I have been inspired to see into the prowess of the Almighty Personality of Godhead. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Brahma ji, being so questioned by Narada ji, congratulated him. For it is usual for the devotees to become very enthusiastic whenever they are questioned concerning the Almighty Personality of Godhead. That is the sign of a pure devotee of the Lord. Such discourses on the transcendental activities of the Lord purify the atmosphere in which such discussions are held, and the devotees thus become enlivened while answering such questions. It is purifying both for the questioners and for one who answers the questions. The pure devotees are not only satisfied by knowing everything about the Lord, but are also eager to broadcast the information to others. For they wanted to see that the glories of the Lord are known to everyone. Thus, the devotee feels satisfied when such an opportunity is offered to him. This is the basic principle of missionary activity. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So this is generally the devotees of the Lord. They wander around the world for Janasya Vimukha, Janasya. This verse, Maitreya was saying to, Vidra is speaking to Maitreya Rishi. Janasya Krishna Vimukasya Janasya Krishna Vimukasya Dharma Adharma Silasya Sudikkitasya Anugrahe Hacharanti Nunam Bhotani Bhavyani Janardhanasya. So people, they are Vimukasya towards Krishna. They are not interested to hear Krishna Katha. So this, all the devotees of the Lord, they wander around Parivrajaka Acharya, going around, wandering around the world to glorify the Lord's pastimes and his glories of the Lord. So in the Parivrajaka Padavim Astu Aham So this one, Kaddama Prajapati, when he was asking Kapila Muni that I wanted to leave the home, at that time, he was saying the same thing. Parivrajaka Padavim Asto Aham. Please allow me to become a Parivrajaka. Padavim, that is a position to spread. So this is Charisya Tvam Piti Yunjan Vishokaha. And I will keep you in my heart and wander around the world and glorifying you and completely free from all kinds of lamentations. So that is the Parivrajaka. So this is the sign of a pure devotee. So to expand the glories of the Lord. And devotees are always enthusiastic to hear from the Puranas and all the Saunakadi sages. They are inquiring from Suta Goswami. Suta Goswami is very, very enlivening. In the beginning of the Bhagavatam, he was. They are saying Swadu Swadu Pade Pade. Everywhere this is glorifying. This is the nectar of Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay, such discourses on the transcendental activities of the Lord purify atmosphere. This is Tadvaidum Bhona Mangala Mangalaya Dhyane Smano Darshanta Upasakanam Tasmai Namo Bhagavate Vidhe Mutubhyam Yona Druto Narkabhagpihi Asas Prasangaihi Yona. So this one Tadvaidum Bhona Mangala Mangalaya. So this Brahma's prayer, one of the Brahma's prayer from 3rd canto chapter 9 verse number 4. Brahma, as soon as he came out of the lotus flower, and then he is glorifying. As soon as he see the Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, at the time he offers Tadvaidum Bhona Mangala Mangalaya Dhyanes Manu Darsitam Ta Upasakanam Tasmai Namo Bhagavate Anuvidhema Tubhyam Yonadruto. So whoever is not hearing your glories, Narkabhagpihi Asas Prasangaihi, and hearing Asat Prasanga, which is not Krishna Katha, Narkabhagpihi, they will go to the hell. So that is here it will purify all the atmosphere if we the all these such transcendental activities of the Lord. Mangalaya cha lokanam kshemaya cha bhavaya cha aste yedukula ambhodau adjo ananta sakaha puman. This is Krishna. Mangalaya cha lokanam kshemaya cha bhavaya cha. So whenever Arjuna went to Dwaraka and returned back, this is the pastime of Krishna's disappearance. Arjuna was returned back to Hastinapura. Yudhishthira is inquiring whether everyone is good in the Dwaraka. And at the time, Yudhishthira Maharaj says this, Mangalaya cha lokanam kshemaya cha bhavaya cha. And the Lord has appeared for the sake of all auspicious of all these people. Lokana. Asti Yedukula Ambhodau, in the ocean of Yedukula, Aste Yedukula Ambhodau, Adjo Ananta Sakaha Puman. Who is the Adjo Ananta Sakaha? The Balaram, the Adi Ananta, who is as a Ananta Sakaha Puman. So likewise, whenever Krishna and Balaram are there, everything will be very beautiful. No one is getting fear within everyone are worshipping them. Kridanti Paramanande Mahapurishika. Everyone are worshipping all the Yadus, just like a Vaikunta people. So, and then further here, what else? And the devotees thus become enlivened while answering such questions. This is remembering the Lord again and again, again and again. They enlivening. So it is purifying both for the questioners and for one who answers these questions. Shrunvita Bhakta Shraveta Voshtam Janardano Asyasu Pridi Prasidati. Whoever is speaking, whoever is hearing, by hearing these two, Lord will be very pleased. Shrunvita Bhakta Shraveta Voshitam Janardano Asyasu Pridi Prasidati. He'll be very pleased very quickly. Oh, my devotees are discussing all these things like that. Machitta Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Katayantancha Katayantam cha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. They're always discussing and they derive so much of pleasure and happiness. Tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So this the pure devotees are not only satisfied by knowing everything about the Lord, but are also eager to broadcast the information to others. So they wanted to see that glories of the Lord are known to everyone. Very beautifully, that is the beautiful heart of the Vaishnavas. So Prabhupada and all his disciples, they are wandering and to glorify all these things. And that the devotee feels satisfied when such an opportunity is offered to him. And so they are always enthusiastic to speak about the Lord. And the basic principle of missionary activities, that is, only to please the Lord, then automatically we are also satisfied. So that is Krishna's beauty and Krishna's pastimes. Everything, whatever Krishna is doing, we relish when we are speaking each other about the Lord's pastimes. So that is the purport from Srila Prabhupada for this one. So Brahma is very happy and he's saying, you are so merciful and kind. So those are the 3 words allocated for today's session. So I stop here and I request dear devotees, if you have got any questions or anything else, so that we can add a bit more nectar, so that will be, as Brahma is also mentioning and Prabhupada is also mentioning, so both will be by questions and answers.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
I must say this purport points to you, the way you deliver this knowledge to us. And I hope that we can spread the word, all these words, all these nectar you've given us, so we can actually be able one day to do something that you deliver to us. And it's so sweet listening to your Sanskrit and linking it with the verse. Beautiful. The 3 verses. I didn't get to hear all of it, but it's so beautiful. Also, I want to know if you can actually repeat the 5 topics you mentioned, starting with the absolute truth.
So this is one is the pratigna. That is the first one. That is the establishing what is to be discussed and established as a statement. There is nothing can be compared. That is the statement, pratigna. And second one is the hetuhu. That is the reasons. What are the reasons for putting that statement first? Third one is the examples or giving the previously this has happened historical events. That is the third one. And fourth one is the Upanayanam. And after explaining, bringing all these historical pastimes, connecting together, linking to the Pratigna, the first topic, first statement. So that is the fourth one. That is Upanayanam. Bringing topics to the examples nearer to the Pratigna. And fifth one is the showing the examples from the scriptural point of view. That is Nigamanam, from the Shastric injunctions perspective. So this is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu explained all these things to Mayavadis. I think it is in the 7th chapter Adi Leela. So somewhere in the 96 that is explained. So if we can go on that one, if anyone has got any. So this is don't see that one where that one is explained in the purport. It's a very beautiful purport. Okay. Maybe I couldn't find that exact number. So possibly somewhere here around in between 85 to 92, something like that. So there Prabhupada explained everything, all these topics in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Hare Krishna. Apologies, Mataji, I couldn't find that one, but it would be existing somewhere here. Any other questions?
Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna, Amogha Prabhu. Please accept my obeisances all glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare
I just want to know, like Brahma meditated on Krishna to, where am I coming from? So then he went to the deep meditation and then Krishna parted the knowledge. And here Narad Muni also in the same disciplic section, he's also asking the question, but would he have to go to the meditation or was he just, he found on that position himself to be appropriate to ask that question directly, or would he go through the meditation also?
So yes, it is very good question, Mataji. So thank you so much. So here, whenever tapasya, what is tapasya? Sujami tapasevedam grasami tapasa punaha. This is, Lord says, Bibarmi tapasa vishwam virime dusharan tapaha. Everything happens only by tapasya. What is tapasya? Is without any expectations or going severe austerities and penances. Every day morning waking up for Mangalarati. This is tapasya, austerities. So Brahma, he did all this tapasya to know about himself again, to regain his consciousness or smriti. And then when he was after that, Lord has appeared. Ma vedagat bhaga tandrim sarga udhyamam avaha tvanmaya paitam yagre yanmam pradayate bhavan. O Brahma, I have already bestowed upon you for whatever the thing you are meditating and doing tapasya. I have given all these things to you already. So what you need to do now, bhuyastvam tapadishta vidhyam chaiva madashriyam. Again you meditate yourself, sit in the same tapasya. Bhuyastvam tapadishta vidhyam chaiva madashriyam. And by taking shelter of me, you situate in the tapasya again. Tabhyam antufidi brahman lokan drakshasi apavrutan. When you situate it like that, tabhyam antarhrudi, in your heart, tabhyam antarhrudi brahman lokan drakshasi apavrutan, you would see all the planets, everything will be revealed in the heart. You will clearly see everything else. That is tapasya. We need tapasya. So here, speaking directly from one person to other person, this is Veda, speaking the knowledge. And later on, for Brahma, it is not possible that he will go to his spiritual master. Lord may not be available all the time, of course, in the personal form to come and explain. So he asked him tapasya. So Lord says, Sujami tapase vedam grasami tapasa punaha bhibarmi tapasa vishwam virime dusharan tapaha. So everything by tapasya only creation, tapasya only again destruction and maintenance, everything happens through tapasya. That is, there is no difference between me and tapasya. So what are the questions Narada Muni is asking Brahma? The same questions will be answered during the Brahma and the Supreme Lord's conversation later on in the 9th chapter of 2nd canto. Those will be revealed. There, Chatushlokya Bhagavata will be revealed as well by the Lord.
Okay, but the Narada Muni didn't have to do that kind of a meditation what Brahma went through, but
Yeah.
he was, he got it in easier way.
Yes,
Because he was already, Brahma has already realized and he already got all the questions and he was very, very happy because because I'm sure he was feeling so happy. He wanted to share the knowledge to somebody else. And Narada was there because he was so inquisitive to know all that thing. His father has done so much. So he thought father is the one who is creator, but now he understands And so Brahma was really wanted to share that to his son Narad Muni. And so, by this Srila Prabhupada's purport and, your explanation also, it makes so much broader knowledge for us to receive. It was really nice. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Mataji. In the beginning, there was Narada Muni and Brahma, very few devotees to explain this Bhagavatam. But later on, this Guru Parampara is expanding. We have got so many devotees to explain this relish, to hear Krishna Katha. Now we are most fortunate than Narada Muni and Brahma.
Also, I wanted to ask Kardama Muni.
Yes.
Kardama Muni, he said he gave responsibility to his son,
Yes.
and then he went away. So he wanted to glorify Krishna after he left the house. This is what he wanted to do, Kardama Muni.
Yes, so he wanted to Parijata Padavim Astoham Cherishye Tvam Hridayunjan Vishokaha. Cherishye Tvam Hridayunjan Vishokaha. I wanted to keep you in my heart and wander around the world. Nisangaha, those are very complete detachment from the family and affairs and all these things, wife and children, home and everything. He wanted to completely. That is without any association, just like a Sukadeva Goswami. Likewise, Kadma Prajapati, he wandered and finally he Bhagavati Gatihi, he attained the Bhagavati Gatihi. That is the end of his Kadma Prajapati. There is no further explanations or far beyond, so far from the third canto, from around chapters 23, 22, something like that. So that is where it is explained.
So he realized that the Lord is here now. So, I should, because he was very happy that the Lord was going to explain to his wife. And so he was very happy. So actually, in a way, Krishna came in that form as Kapila Dev, that, he's allowing him to detach now from this bondage. Is that what it is?
Yes, Mataji. So he says, just Jitva Mrityum. So you go now, taking my permission. You always, Kapila Bhagavan says to Kadma Prajapati, this statement. Now I am giving permission. You go now, and you just bring over the death. So that statement Kapil Bhagavan says.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It was really wonderful lesson. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so anything else, dear devotees?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for your wonderful lecture. And this, especially this second canto, is so absorbing. I mean, each and every verse, and especially the ones you recited today. Just wanted to, on the seventh verse, I wanted to ask, where in the purport where Srila Prabhupada mentions that if the spiritual master is accepted as, acts as, try to become God, then he should be rejected. So similarly, like not in this instance with Lord Brahma, but later on when we see that, he started behaving himself as a creator. He forgot that he was also created by Lord Vishnu. And then it happened that in one of the pastimes where Lord Shiva cursed him that you'll never be worshipped. So is that the reason we don't have Lord Brahma as a spiritual master? It's in our parampara. We don't have Lord Brahma worshipped or as a spiritual master.
That part I have not studied yet, Mataji. Whether I have heard these statements, but to speak on that topic, I have not gone for in the Srimad Bhagavatam yet. But once Brahma also, some part what I have seen, he just fall behind his daughter for sense gratification. That Kapila Bhagavan says that I see that one in the third canto. Except Narayana, everyone are bewildered by the material world or the woman especially. That is, I have seen that, but cursing Lord Shiva to Brahma and you will not be worshipped in this earth, that I have not come to that point yet as part of studies. I have heard that one, whatever you have said, I also have heard, but I cannot speak on that one. Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can you accept my humble sincere good to Srila Prabhupada? Whatever this Mataji is relating is, I've heard a story about it from the great speaker. He said that it's a Leela of the Lord again. So once there was a fight between Lord Brahma and Lord Vishnu, right? So this is a Leela again. So what happened is, when they started fighting, they have the Brahmastra and other weapons, deadly weapons, and all the demigods started fearing, because when that is a problem, all the demigods goes to Brahma, and Brahma takes them to Lord Vishnu, right? Problem will be solved. But now these two great personalities are fighting, who to seek help from. So they went to find Lord Shiva, who was meditating. So then Lord Shiva came. Lord Shiva came in between these two in the form of a wall, great wall in between these two, right? So then they started asking, okay, so this wall is between us, how to find out who is this wall? They stopped fighting. They wanted to see the origin of this wall that has become in front of them. So then Lord Vishnu said, okay, I will go down in the Patala Lok to see the beginning, and you go up and see, because he had the swan, so he went up to see where it ends. So they could not find any. Lord Vishnu take the incarnation of the boar to go to the Patala Loka, and Lord Brahma took his swan and he went. And on his way, Lord Shiva was smiling. When Lord Shiva was kind of smiling, laughing, seeing what these two great personalities are doing, there was a ketiki flower on his head. That flower dropped. When that flower dropped, Lord Brahma, he caught that flower. And he talked to the flower and he said, you are coming from up there. Do you know where this wall ends? So Ketiki said, no. So then Lord Brahma said, okay, I will hold you. I will take you down. Let's go. And I will say that I've seen the end of this wall, and then you become my witness. So Lord Brahma took Ketiki in his hand and came down. And he saw Lord Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu said, did you find the top? He said, yes, I found it. Look, after Ketaki, she was there and I brought her down. Ketaki said, yes. Now, the condition was whoever will lose, they will have to serve the other one. So Lord Vishnu said, okay, serve Lord Brahma nicely, and served him, give his arti, wash his feet and all. Then Lord Shiva couldn't see that. Lord Shiva came down. And Lord Shiva was very, very angry. Lord Shiva said to the Ketiki first, you stay on my head, and you lied. So from this day, I'll discard you. Ketaki is not offered to Lord Shiva from then. And then he cursed Lord Brahma, saying that you lied, and instead of serving the Lord, you are making the Lord serve you. So from now on, there will be no temple except in Pushkar. I think only one place in Pushkar. There is no temple for you. Nobody will pray to you. That is it. And then he talked to Lord Vishnu, and he talked to Lord Vishnu that they both have lied, so you should not be doing that, and you are the winner. It's me who became as an obstacle in between you two, so that we stop fighting. So this is, as Mataji is saying, this is what I know about this pastime. So that is a cursing of Lord Shiva to Lord Brahma. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji, for kindly explaining. So it could be part of Shiva Purana or some other Puranas.
Yes, it is in the Puranas. It's not in Bhagavatam.
Yes. Yeah, I have heard this one as well. And also there are animated movies as well for children.
No, I haven't watched, but what I've heard is this one. Also, it is said that Lord Brahma had 5 heads, then one was cut off due to that offense. That's why he remained with 4. But that one, I'm not sure, but I heard in that same story. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Thank you for your nice love. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so anything else, or we shall conclude our session for today? Thank you so much for giving your valuable association. It is so pleasing always to discuss the transcendental topics with the devotees. Okay, so thinking of devotees, we shall conclude. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya eva cha
Vaishnavi Namo Namaha.
Ananta Puri
Koti
Vaishnava
Vaishnavinda ki jai.
ki jai.
Thank
you. Hare
you,
Krishna.
Prabhuji, for a very nice class. Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Hari
Thank you,
Bol.
Prabhu. Hare Krishna.